to the Mind Shift Movement Podcast with your host, Alan Johnson. On this podcast, Alan will be sharing with you empowering, effective, and actionable knowledge within the health, fitness, and mindset space to help you make the progress and growth that you desire from your life so you'll become the very best version of you, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So now, get ready to dive into today's episode.
Hey everyone, I hope you are really well, and on today's show I'm going to be speaking to you about morning routine really and helping you wake up early in the morning. And because I know so many of you right now are struggling to get out of bed, and I think especially in the UK it's like the darker mornings now. People just want to kind of roll over when that alarm goes off and stay in bed. So I wanted to just share like 3 top tips with you today. Okay, so tip number 1 is to plan your day the evening before. Okay, and it's such a simple task to do, but so many of us just, brush over it, don't get it done. But when you start to get clear on everything that needs to be done the next day, first of all, you're going to feel a lot more organized. And secondly, it's just going to clear your mind as well before bed, writing everything down or using your laptop if you want to. And just clearing your mind, it will really help you get to sleep, especially so you've not got as much going on in your head before bed, okay? So that's tip number 1, real simple. Plan your day the evening before, get everything written down, get your schedule ready, your calendar, whether you're using a written diary or whether you're using, like I use Google Calendar personally on my phone, because then that syncs to my laptop as well, so it's ideal. And also as well, if you've got any staff that work for you, then Google Calendar, you can sync it with them. So I've got a virtual assistant that helps me out so she can see my calendar as well, which really helps. Okay, so tip number 2, and this is a really big one, okay? So when you set your alarm, put it across the room, okay? Or what I do is put the alarm in another room, okay? Because this massively helps, because what I used to do, I know so many people, most people do this, is have their alarm, which is usually their phone, right next to them, okay? So it's so easy when that alarm goes off for you just to, while you're still half asleep, just tapping and hitting the snooze button, right? And then just rolling back over and doing that 3 or 4 times. And you end up like being late for work or whatever, right? So, yeah. Ideally, you want to put your alarm in another room, so I put mine in the kitchen, okay? And the simplicity here is that you have to physically get out of bed to go and turn that alarm off. And anyone listening to this with children, right, it becomes a bit of a race, because you know that you've got to get there really quick because you don't want to wake up the kids, okay? I've got like a 2-year-old toddler and a 16-week-old baby, so I definitely want to get to that alarm before even waking those guys up, okay? So, yeah, make sure you put the alarm well away from your bed so you physically have to get up. Tip number 3 is to get dressed immediately after waking up, okay? So another real simple thing to do, really, making sure that you've got your clothes set out the night before as well, okay? So that's all laid out on the sofa, the bed, wherever, okay? You're just trying to make your life so simple, okay? And then you can build this as a habit. So you get your clothes ready the night before. When you wake up in the morning, the alarm goes off, you go and turn it off, and then straight away you get dressed, all right? And ideally, if you can, then get outside for like a power walk or a run, whatever you want to do, okay? I know not all of you are able to get outside. Maybe some of you are single parents, so you can't just go and leave the kids in the house by themselves, really, okay? So I understand some of you won't be able to do it, but ideally, yeah, getting up, getting dressed, getting in the fresh air outside for a walk or maybe a run, okay? Some deep breathing, just to calm yourself going into a brand new day. It's really, really refreshing, okay? In the mornings, I'm normally up at 5:30 in the morning, and, they're so quiet. So it gives you that headspace ready for the day ahead. And yeah, if you can't leave the house, then maybe it's doing like a bit of bodyweight exercise, maybe some squats, push-ups, some planks, something along those lines. Or maybe you want to do a little bit of yoga or breath work in the morning as well, okay? And a little bonus tip for you as well is something to get you really fired up for your day ahead, okay? And you can use these questions the night before, so hear them out. So 3 questions, okay? What am I grateful for today? What am I excited about today? And what am I going to achieve today? And you can ask yourself these questions the night before as well. What am I grateful for tomorrow? What am I excited about for tomorrow? And what am I going to achieve tomorrow as well? So you can use them the day before, but most importantly, right in that morning to really build up that excitement for your day ahead. Okay, and they're the tips shared with you. So going back through, number 1 was to plan your day the night before. Number 2 was to set your alarm and put the alarm in another room. Okay. Number 3 is to get dressed immediately after waking up and ideally get outside or just get your body moving. Even if you can't leave the house, just do some exercise at home. And then a bonus tip for you was to ask yourself these 3 questions. What am I grateful for today? What am I excited about today? And what am I going to achieve today? So if any of you are really struggling right now with not only just being able to get out of bed in the morning, but maybe just struggling generally with your mental health at the moment, then look, reach out to me. Don't suffer alone. Just drop me a DM on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you follow me. And I'll be more than happy to, jump on a call with you and just have a chat, really, guys. So that is it for me. Thank you for tuning in with this episode. And I'll catch up with you on the next episode, guys and girls. Take care.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Mind Shift Movement Podcast with Alan Johnson. Make sure you join Alan's free Facebook community group, the Mind Shift Movement Podcast Community. Please support the show by clicking subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Share this episode with at least one friend that would benefit from it, and share the episode on your social media stories. Please go and leave us a 5-star review to help us reach out to more potential listeners, and we really look forward to bringing you the next episode.